Look at verse 6. It says, God setteth the solitary in family. That means God organizes the family. God is the one that puts stabilities in family. God is the one that also created the family. God setteth the solitary in families. He bringeth out those which are bound with chains. He bringeth out those which are bound with chains. He bringeth out those which are bound with chains. I love it. I love it. I love it. God brings them out. See, people can't get you out of bondage, but God can set you free from any type of shackle. No matter how long you've been bound, God can set you free. No matter how many told you you're always going to exist in that manner, God is one that will come and rewrite the script. God has started all over again because He is the author. God. Let me calm down. But the rebellious dwell in a dry land. Again, we're talking about broken chains as we begin to look at this text. I got 10 minutes to talk to you and then we'll get out of here. But as we begin to understand this, we got to be mindful that when the psalm was written, it was a time when the people need to be reminded of the grace of God. It talks about, let God arise and His enemies be scattered. But then it goes back and it tells us that we are to sing praises unto God and we are to rejoice in Him. It reminds us that God takes care of His own affairs, and all we need to do is exalt Him and He'll get in the midst of our affairs. And what I love about this as we begin to look at this psalm is that they begin to talk about how great He is and how wonderful He is and how many things that God has done. It is in this way it talks about Him being a father to the fatherless. But before they ever said that, they said He goes by His name Jah and He rides up in the heavens. And that's the part you really ought to get excited about, because the term Jah is the equivalent of the Hebrew term Yahweh. It means the self-existent one. But not only is He self-existent, but He is the all-existent one. And those who believe in what we call evolution all don't believe that man was created by himself, but he believed that man came from a one-cell being. And nobody believed that man was able to create himself, but man had to come from some other source. And as we deal with this mindset, those of us that believe in creation believe that we came in God. So our existence came from God, but where did God come from? Now, see, that's what you talk about, and that's the understanding you have to have when you look at the term self-existence. It means He came from Himself. Nobody had to make Him. Nobody had to create Him. Nobody had to orchestrate Him. His own foundation is found within Himself. And there's not